8 deodorant brands you should look into, and 2 safer ones. At Culinary Cipher, we don't follow marketing, we verify it. The truth is always on the label. Decode your plate and everything you use every day. Deodorant is something most people apply once or twice a day, every day, for decades, to skin right next to sensitive areas, and then never think about again. So it's worth looking into what's actually in that stick or can. There's a lot of noise around deodorant, scary aluminum claims, natural marketing, and a couple of genuinely real recalls that don't get talked about enough. I'm going to be straight with you about what's proven and what isn't, because this category is full of fear marketing in both directions. Here's what we're looking into. 1. The aluminum question. Antiperspirants use aluminum compounds to block sweat, and you've probably seen claims linking aluminum to breast cancer or Alzheimer's. 2. The benzene recall issue. This one is real and documented. In 2021 and after, several aerosol spray deodorants and antiperspirants were recalled when testing found benzene, a carcinogen, as a contaminant. 3. Fragrance and additives, the usual irritants. Today we're investigating 8 deodorants and the issues around them, separating the hype from the facts, and finishing with 2 safer picks. Let the decoding begin. Number 1. Aerosol spray antiperspirants and deodorants involved in benzene recalls. This is the most concrete, fact-based concern on the list. Procter & Gamble recalled specific Old Spice and Secret aerosol antiperspirant sprays in 2021 over benzene, and so did other companies. Benzene isn't a deodorant ingredient. It's a contaminant tied to aerosol formulations. If you have an old spray can, look into whether it's a recalled product before using it. Number 2. Aerosol sprays in general, beyond the specific recalls. The benzene problem clustered in pressurized sprays, and sprays also coat your skin and the air you breathe with propellant and fragrance. Look into a stick or roll-on format, which sidesteps most of that entirely. Sprays are convenient, but they have the most documented issues. Number 3. Aluminum-based antiperspirants. Here's the truth. Major health bodies, including cancer research organizations, have stated there is no strong, established evidence that antiperspirant aluminum causes breast cancer or Alzheimer's. The viral claims outran the data. So if you use antiperspirant, you don't need to panic. But if you simply prefer to avoid aluminum, many people do, for sensitivity or personal preference, that's a totally valid choice, and aluminum-free options are everywhere. Look into it as a preference, not a proven danger. Number 4. Natural deodorants with baking soda for sensitive skin. Aluminum-free natural deodorants often use baking soda to fight odor, and baking soda is a common cause of underarm irritation and rashes for sensitive folks. So the natural swap can backfire on your skin. Look into baking soda-free options if you get skin irritation. Number 5. Heavily fragranced deodorants. Fragrance is the leading irritant in personal care, and underarm skin is delicate and often freshly shaved. If you get stinging, redness, or bumps, look into fragrance as the cause and try a fragrance-free version. The strongest, fresh scents carry the heaviest fragrance loads. Number 6. Clinical strength antiperspirants. These use higher concentrations of aluminum compounds for heavy sweating. They work, and for people with genuine excessive sweating, they're a real help. But if you don't need that strength, you're applying more active ingredient than necessary. Look into whether regular strength handles your needs first. Number 7. Deodorants making vague detox and pulls out toxins claims. Some natural brands market underarm detoxing. Your body detoxes through your liver and kidneys, not your armpits. And sweat isn't full of toxins a deodorant can pull. Look into these claims skeptically. It's marketing language, not physiology. Number 8. Crystal and mineral salt deodorants marketed as aluminum-free. Here's a fun fact. Many crystal deodorants are made of potassium alum or ammonium alum, which are aluminum-based mineral salts. So a product marketed to aluminum avoiders may technically contain a form of aluminum. If aluminum-free is your specific goal, look into the actual ingredients rather than trusting the crystal branding. Before we keep going, think about what we've uncovered so far. We didn't rely on headlines. We didn't rely on internet rumors. We simply looked at the ingredients and compared them with what the evidence actually says. That's what Culinary Cipher is all about, helping people separate marketing from science, one label at a time, because the truth is always on the label. Decode your plate and everything you use every day. Now let's talk about what the research actually supports and what it doesn't. The aluminum causes cancer. Fear is not supported by strong evidence, so don't lose sleep over your antiperspirant. The benzene recalls, on the other hand, were real, but they were about contamination in specific aerosol products that got recalled, not a reason to fear all deodorant. Some genuinely practical consumer moves are: prefer sticks and roll-ons over aerosol sprays, go fragrance-free if your skin reacts, and choose aluminum-free only if that's your personal preference, knowing it's a preference and not a rescue from danger. Quick tips: deodorant controls odor, antiperspirant blocks sweat with aluminum. Know what you're buying. For sensitive skin, look for fragrance-free and baking soda-free. Avoid aerosol sprays if the benzene history bothers you, and check recall lists for any old spray cans. And if you truly want aluminum-free, read the ingredients rather than trusting words like crystal or natural on the front. If you're thinking about switching away from antiperspirant to a plain aluminum-free deodorant, there's one thing nobody warns people about that causes most of them to give up in the first week: the adjustment period. Antiperspirant works by using aluminum to temporarily plug your sweat ducts, so you genuinely sweat less in your armpits. A plain deodorant doesn't do that. It doesn't stop sweat at all. It only fights the odor that bacteria create when they break sweat down. So when you stop using antiperspirant, your sweat glands go back to normal output. And for a couple of weeks, you may notice more wetness than you're used to, and sometimes a temporary stretch of stronger odor while your skin's bacterial balance resettles. This is normal, it's temporary, and it is not a sign that the new product doesn't work. Most people who push through 2 to 3 weeks come out the other side perfectly comfortable. The ones who quit on day 3 and declare natural deodorant useless simply stop during the adjustment window. Knowing it's coming is most of the battle, and it's worth saying clearly that there is nothing wrong with just staying on antiperspirant if you prefer staying dry. This is a preference, not a health rescue. A few application details make a much bigger difference than which clean brand you choose. First, apply to clean, dry skin. Ideally not the second you step out of a hot shower when you're still damp and warm, because deodorant adheres and works better on dry skin. And applying to damp, just shaved skin is a common cause of stinging and irritation. Second, you need less than you think. A couple of swipes is plenty, and caking it on mainly leads to residue and white marks, not better protection. Third, if you use a baking soda-based natural deodorant and find your underarms get itchy or red, the baking soda is the usual culprit. Its alkalinity bothers a lot of people, and switching to a baking soda-free formula fixes it for most. None of these are about danger. They're about comfort and actually getting the product to do its modest job well. And it's worth restating the framing honestly one more time, because this category is swarming with fear marketing that preys on exactly the opposite of the evidence. The aluminum and cancer and aluminum and Alzheimer's claims that sell so many detox and crystal products are not backed by strong scientific evidence, and major health bodies have not established that ordinary antiperspirant use causes disease. So if you do go aluminum-free, do it because you like how it feels or you simply prefer it, not because you've been scared into believing your old stick was poisoning you. The two things that are genuinely worth acting on are real and narrow. Favor sticks and roll-ons over aerosol sprays, given the benzene contamination recalls that did happen in specific spray products, and go fragrance-free if your skin is reactive. Everything else in this aisle is preference dressed up as urgency. Next up, 2 safer picks. Safer mainly in the sense of fewer irritants and no aerosol issues. First, aluminum-free stick deodorants formulated for sensitive skin, baking soda-free, like Native Sensitive, baking soda-free version, each and every, and Schmidt's Sensitive line. These give you aluminum-free odor control in a stick format, without the baking soda that irritates many people, and with fragrance-free options. If you're switching away from antiperspirant by choice, this is the comfortable landing spot. Second, simple stick or roll-on options from mainstream brands in fragrance-free, non-aerosol form, including basic Dove and Degree sticks and roll-ons without heavy fragrance. You don't have to go boutique. The key safer moves are non-aerosol format and low or no fragrance, which plenty of standard sticks offer. Read for fragrance-free and skip the spray can. Here's your deodorant rules. Know the difference between a deodorant and an antiperspirant. Choose the product that matches your goal. If you have sensitive skin, look for fragrance-free. If aerosol recalls concern you, choose a stick or roll-on. And if you prefer aluminum-free, make it a personal preference, not a decision driven by fear. Because the evidence matters more than the marketing. No panic, no guilt, just informed choices based on what we actually know. At Culinary Cipher, we don't just read labels, we decode them. Every ingredient tells a story. The truth is always on the label. Decode your plate and everything you use every day. Now take a look at the deodorant in your bathroom. Is it a spray? A stick? Does it contain aluminum? And most importantly, do you know why you chose it in the first place? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious how many of you are about to discover that the biggest claims on the package weren't the most important part of the label.